Today, Madison and I are doing financial planning part 1. So what are the elements of a financial plan? The first is the investment. It's what you put your money into so it grows. An example would be buying tools now so you can make more money later in your business. Liquidity, how fast can you grab money when you need it? Cash is an asset that's super liquid. A house is not liquid because that takes time to sell. Leverage is using other people's money, an example would be loans, to make more money in the future. There's pros and cons to this. The pro is that gains are much bigger because you retain your equity, but losses hurt much more as you can fall into a giant debt trap. And lastly, a payout policy, what to do with profits. Do I give it to owners, dividends, or do I put it back into the business for more growth? And you think of it like this: investment, where's my money going? Liquidity, can I get cash quickly if needed? And leverage, am I borrowing to boost what I'm doing? And then, lastly, payout. Do I keep the money or do I share it with owners?
So financing refers to how a company makes investments in assets, and there are two main types. You have internal financing and external financing. Internal financing means that the company is funding their investments with its own resources, and this is usually through retained earnings, or it's also the profits that it has kept instead of paying out as dividends. This type of financing is most common when the company's growth is relatively low because the profits generated are often enough to cover the smaller investment needs. But if the company's growth rate increases, then those internal funds are not going to be enough to keep up with the needs. And so in that case, the company would turn to external financing, and that just means raising money from outside sources, either by issuing debt or equity in the capital markets. So in summary, internal financing relies on profits that the company already has, while external financing is relying on raising new funds from investors or creditors when the internal resources aren't sufficient. And then lastly, external financing need, which is also known as EFN, is the gap between what the company needs or what it can already finance on its own. So if projected assets grow faster than financing available internally, then the difference has to be covered by raising funds externally. And that would be, again, through either debt or equity. And then on this slide, there's a little example of what a problem might look like in our class. Thank you.